Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly in the Miller Times segment tonight. We begin with a very strange story out of Oslo, Norway. A conference sponsored by an Islamic organization was supposed to highlight moderate Muslims. But take a look at what happened.
How many of you agree that the punishments described in the Quran and the Sunnah, whether it is death, whether it is stoning for adultery, whatever it is, if it is from Allah and His Messenger, that is the best punishment ever possible for humankind. And that is what we should apply in the world. Who agrees with that?
Just to be clear, they're supposed to be moderate Muslims, and they all agree that you should kill people who commit adultery. Joining us now from Santa Barbara, the sage of Southern California, Dennis Miller. So if that were the law of the world, a lot of people in California would be in big trouble, and France as well.
1 second, Billy. Got an incoming news story. Recount in Virginia, Mark Oberstrand lost by 4 million votes. Sebelius, time to go back to being Batman's butler, baby. You're going to wear yourself brunette if you stay in there. Let's see. I'm just glad you asked me to speak about something like systemic problems in Islam. I thought you were going to ask me to do something dangerous, like speak out against Obamacare. If I was these guys, I would stay in Norway, all right? Because that's the high miners, man. You go over to Aqaba or whatever the hell where they're playing Major League Ball, these kids are pikers, all right? But you get the feeling there. They show you a true glimpse. My man with a Marvin Gaye hat, they let you know that this is what happens. This is probably why they don't get mic'd up inside the mosques.
Well, everybody's saying, you know, the Muslim world is benign and it's just the crazy people, the jihadists. Yeah. And then you look at these people and they look kind of normal. I mean, and then they want to stone people to death for committing.
Well, you saw the time delay there, Billy, between the time he asked the question and they put their hands up. It was like 4 centuries behind in lag time. I don't know what to say. To me, it looks like a Tony Robbins thing with beards and grudges, but I think there's a little more there than they would let on as far as treating women in an odd way. I don't like how they screwed up Cat Stevens. Time to get it together over there, guys.
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you. Pull it together.
It absolutely is time for the, I guess, secular Muslims to kind of...
Yeah. There's the Margaret Dumont Muslims and the Groucho Muslims, and the Margaret Dumont Muslims are out of hand, and they have to tell the Groucho Muslims that they're incorrigible. And get it together. Come on, guys.
All right. As Miller is one of the big experts on National Football League because he was Monday Night Football guy for a couple of years, this is a disturbing story down in Miami. How do you see it?
I can't believe you're disturbed by it. Really?
I am, because you know what? I mean, when you saw that tape of the guy in the pool room with the, rant and rave, and this looks like roid rage to me. This isn't funny. I don't think he might be drunk, but this looks like if you got in this guy's way, he would hurt you. We saw Aaron Hernandez in New England. He's on trial for murder. This guy's been thrown off 3 football teams for conduct unbecoming. And now there's a tape where he calls his teammate, allegedly, and threatens him using all kinds of racial invectives. So, of course, I'm taking it seriously, Miller.
I didn't say take it seriously. I don't think you're really upset about it. Billy, when you saw the question we just ran, we got like over 1 trillion people, somewhere 1 billion people who think we're Satan. Richie Incognito's Marge Schott with a 550-pound bench press. He's a moron. Who cares about Richie Incognito?
It's a big industry, Miller, and there's a lot of violence.
Oh, we just disagree. We disagree. This is just a crazy kid, all whacked out. We've got a rap overlay in the culture now where they're crazy white kids who think they can co-opt the N-word. They do it. They get smacked down because everybody realizes you can't do that. Do I think he's a nutter? Yeah. Do I think it's the end of the world? No. I think they'll figure it all out. All I know is everybody who covers football now either writes about concussions, coaches working too hard, or hazing. I just want to say there's a cat who works for Grantland.com named Bill Barnwell, still writes about football. Can we pay attention to the football? I mean, for God's sakes, this is manna from heaven for you. You can put killing incognito into the galleys,
I
Billy.
I don't want any ill to come to the guy. I just want there to
Me
be.
neither. What are you worried about? It's just a big crazy kid who flipped on his teammate. I don't mean we're going to kill
Well, all
him.
right,
These
Miller,
are
if that's the
jokes,
way
Billy.
you feel about it, I'm inviting the guy to your 60th birthday party, which is going to be on Saturday. Richie Cognito is jumping out of the cake. How about that? If he can fit in the cake, if there's a cake big enough in the world, I'm going to have him
like
there.
to watch football for football, and I still like to do jokes about things. Listen, I feel great at age 60, but this country's shot. Everybody worries about everything, for God's sakes. I feel good now that I'm an elder. I went in the other day to get a medical procedure approved. Even my death panel had a cake for me. Now, listen, they didn't have any candles on it. Maybe they were sending me a subtle hint. But life is good. I go out with you on the Boulder Fatter Flomax tour, and then occasionally on the off days, I do gin game with Richie Incognito. My life's flush.
60 years old, Dennis Miller. How frightening is that?
Don't worry too much about Richie Incognito.
All right,
Keep your eye on Islam. Radical Islam, that's the thing.
They'd stone him to death. He'd be dead if he was over there in Abu Dhabi.
If Richie Incognito converted to Islam tomorrow, they'd have to leave him alone.
That's probably true. We couldn't mention it.